Okay, and we're back. Now it's episode 17, because I went and looked this time. Because last time I forgot. And it's your favorite podcast that you're listening to right now, which is Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And with us we have...
Oh, Thomas Bledsoe.
Ryan.
Tanya.
Special guest Liberty.
Yeah, and me. I'm Bill Doty. And Liberty is one of our very dear friends, and we love her to death. And she actually has a ghost story that she's not going to tell today.
Next time, though.
But we are going to have a specific ghost story time just for that.
It just eluded us.
Today we're going to talk about... one thing we're going to talk about is the whole Area 51 rushing thing. But before we go into that, Tom brought up something that he wants to talk about. Tom, why don't you go ahead and tell us what that is?
Well, it just caught my interest way back on the 21st of July. I saw something that they had uncovered thousands of bones in the Vatican. So I clicked on that and started getting involved in this whole Vatican scheme where they're starting to bury up this apparently missing girl from like 1983. Have you guys heard anything about that? What interested me was, like I said, I first learned that they had dug up thousands of bones and it was going to take them several weeks. But here it is like a week and a half later and they're like, oh, no, it's fine. There were only 2 people, but thousands of bones.
Right. And what he's talking about is the disappearance of Emanuela Orlandi.
I was going to just let you take that one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I probably butchered it. She was born on January 14th, 1968. She was a citizen of the Vatican City who mysteriously disappeared on June 22nd, 1983.
Only 15.
Yep. And obviously there's a lot of different theories about everything that's going on, from sex trafficking to the fact that she was used as, I guess, a hostage. I mean, there's just several different theories surrounding the Vatican. So
Right, and she's the daughter, wasn't she, one of the employees there in the Vatican? So, I mean, this all happened on Vatican grounds. So that's why it's such a big inflammatory thing right now.
yeah, and a lot of it is her brother is the one that's promoting everything to try to get more information about why no one's ever found his sister or have any information about what's going on with her or anything. So
Right, their family's been keeping this search going now for, I think, since '83.
yeah, but I just think that someone else other than the Vatican, the people who are being accused of dealing with all these issues, should be the ones investigating everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's kind of like state cops investigating themselves and clearing themselves of anything.
yeah, it's like Super Troopers, but with God.
So what made them think that, hey, you should go look in that old
They had an
19th
anonymous
century...
tip. And when they opened it up, there was nobody there.
Yeah, they received a letter with this picture of a angel statue there in the Vatican walls, and they said, if you want to find what you're looking for, go to where the statue looks. And they dug up there and found nothing. But what they did decide was that everything got moved about in the 60s, I think, when they had built the university, and exhumed and moved over. And so that's where they found these apparently skeletons. They just went somewhere inside this university and dug in the floor and found 2 skeletons.
Right, but I mean, they're also saying that there was a document that was inside of a Vatican lockbox that was stolen, having information tying the Vatican to this disappearance. And of course, the Vatican's like, that's not true, and we don't have any lockboxes ever on property. But it was just strange how all this is being covered up so delicately and making it look like they're doing a lot of work when, you know, if they know about where the body is, why would they look there to begin with?
It's interesting because their excuse for not doing it is the bones are very ancient. That's their scientific term. I'm not a bone doctor. But listen, I don't know. It just seems, you're right. The Vatican's like, hey, everybody, we got this. This is cool. Nothing to see here. And don't worry about all the other weird stuff that's happened in the past.
Yeah.
We're cool now.
Well, so 4 days ago, they came out and said all of these bones from the only 2 skeletons are now way too old to be this girl. So, and that's what they're hinging everything off of. But this is all just coming from the Vatican, by the Vatican, in the Vatican's little secret place. Like, we get upset when the government does this. Then nobody gets upset when the Vatican does this.
Well, that's the whole problem, right? You've got...
Because they're obviously doing God's work.
Right, it's like the wag the dog concept. right? Why does the dog wag its tail? Because the dog is smarter than the tail. If the tail weren't, the tail would wag the dog. And the reason why I feel like this is like we talked about earlier. If we have 1,000 bones buried down here that no one knows about, we can act like we're looking for it there and not really go to the other place where there's only one body that everyone wants to know where it comes from.
So wait, to clarify, sorry, I wasn't always listening very well.
You weren't either.
The anonymous tip came in. How much time between they think this person disappeared or these bones appeared?
This anonymous tip, I think, came in like just earlier this year. That's
Yeah.
what spurred them to do this stuff after all this long.
Yeah, since she's been missing since '83.
Yeah, so now the Vatican's embroiled in this conspiracy, and they just keep throwing their hands up and saying, look, we're helping this family. Like, we're doing everything and putting ourselves out for them. But by the way, listen to what we're telling you as well.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like they're trying to sweep it underneath the rug.
Did I
Who's
miss the
the-
part where you said why it was church related? Like, did they ever suspect that maybe like a cardinal murdered her or something? Like, why?
So
How is the connection?
the Vatican police have always had a fairly bad reputation when it comes to this kind of thing. And the father of this girl, was an employee at the Vatican. I don't know what he did. But there was someone that came out recently. Let me pull this up and read it to you.
I mean, like, they exhumed a mobster in 2012 there just because they were trying to find and prove this out. So she's been trying to be linked from everything to the money laundering that's going there to all of
a
the different-
15-year-old money launderer.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, just the money laundering. Maybe she knew something in conspiracy, because in '82 there was a different, like, the banker of the gods. He was the banker there at the Vatican, who was the money laundering scheme was really going on in the early '80s, and I think that they were trying to link her to that, and that's why she was being made to disappear.
Yeah, and in 2012, Gabriel Amorth, I don't know how to fucking say his name, said that she was kidnapped by a member of the Vatican police for sex parties, and then when she said that she was going to start telling people, they murdered her. And I'm sorry, but that doesn't seem like it's too far out of reach of the Vatican, in my opinion. You know. But,
Is anybody really concerned about the other thousands of bones, though? Like,
Well, that's what we're saying.
That's what I was- yeah,
Too,
like, yeah.
Why doesn't that matter?
The initial thing said
because they've reached a point where it's no longer grave robbery; it's archaeology. And
what
all
was
these-
that point?
Is
Did
there
we
like a
distinguish?
statute of limitations?
I think it's like 150 years, 200
And then
years.
it's grave robbery.
Well, then it's archaeology.
Or yeah, sorry.
Right.
at what point, though? Because when you say ancient, how does that...
Yeah, what determines the fact that something's ancient?
150 years.
Is that really it?
Sometimes I think my
Is it
parents
like
are ancient.
antique 40? Isn't something for it to be antique is 40?
No, 50 is antique.
So we're all
No.
antique.
25 is classic,
No,
50 is
I
I
antique.
think antique's 40.
Yeah, 25 is classic, at least for cars.
Oh, well, we're talking about...
Hey, man, that's all
I'm
I
talking
know.
about chairs. I don't know what I'm talking
Chairs. 50 years old, I think. That's it. I think it's 25 and 50.
about. Antique car?
Yeah.
Also, am I
No,
the
classic.
only one?
Classic of 50, 75 is antique. Classic. I don't know. Maybe vintage, classic, antique. Yeah, 25 is vintage, 50 is classic, and 75 is antique.
All
It
right.
says on the 28th of June, a man calling himself Mario called his family.
Sorry, the girl's in another castle.
Oh, that's tough.
Different Bowser.
Anyway, claimed to own a bar near Ponte Vittorio between the Vatican and a music school.
And she went missing from a music lesson.
Man, that's the best place to have a bar, right? Hey, all you friars. And you... Never mind.
Anyway, that happened on the 28th of June, and on the 30th, Rome was plastered with 3,000 posters displaying this missing girl's photograph. Interesting. I don't know. I just feel like, oh, we thought everyone had forgot about that, and now that someone's bringing it up, let's just act like we're... It's like the whole Jesus is coming, look busy thing. Right?
I mean, apparently it's come up a couple times. In 2017, some lawyer found, like, those paperwork you were talking about to kind of incriminate them about it, and then they just brushed it off and said they weren't authentic. And then didn't say anything else, didn't explain anything about where they might have come from. Because if they're not authentic and they said so, then that's the end of story. But the Shroud of Turin, that's real.
Yeah, that's where they're sleeping all this information under, is the Shroud of Turin. So, All right, now back to something more realistic.
All right. Well,
I guess.
speaking,
Right, yeah.
speaking about stuff that the government covers up and things like that, whether you believe it or not, and whether you believe Area 51 has aliens and spacecraft and all sorts of good stuff there, we're going to talk about the whole raid that's going on there. And first, we have to talk about what we're drinking. We're drinking a couple different things and eating a couple things that are related. First of all, we're very excited about Tom. How are those rocket crackers? They're spaceship crackers.
They're rockety delicious, Bill.
Got those at
out
Trader
of this
Joe's.
world.
They're just.
Yeah, they're not. You know, they don't smell
They're
like
what?
goldfish.
Wait, what? What was that?
I said they're out of this world.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's really clever. And then we're drinking. Tanya, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Alternate Dimension Alt Beer by Joseph Brau Brewing Company in San Jose.
So, it's a push whether this beer is related or not.
Alternate Dimension.
But here's
it's the best
the
we can
label
find.
had something. So when we bought this, we were looking for stuff that had space on it, and the only closest thing we found beyond this was an apple. It was a cider
Yeah.
beer, and it had a giraffe in a spacesuit, and I
Makes
don't
sense.
remember what it was called.
I can't either. But it had like rocket ships and.
And it
cheese
had a
stuff
giraffe in a
around
spacesuit,
it.
and we thought this is related, but it's cider, and I feel like that was going to give me the diabetes. I just it's just too sweet. I just can't do it. So we did this alternate dimensions, and anyway, it's pretty good. I don't know. What do you think of it,
I love it.
Tom? You're having some. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's refreshing.
So that was our beer, but to talk a little further, who wants to talk about what's going on in Area 51?
Can I just pass off that the Vatican came out just a couple years ago and said it was okay to believe in aliens? You can be Catholic and hide things and still believe in aliens and not hide that.
Oh, did
That's a
they?
good connection.
That's a nice segue.
It is a nice segue.
5 minutes late.
Hey, man, you just, beer first.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah. So, how many followers do they have on the Facebook page right now?
Right now, it's like 1.4 million people
Well,
have said.
there's 1.9 million going.
Yeah, 2 million. I thought it was close to 2
1.4
million.
interested.
What are they going to?
Yeah, that was my question.
Area 51.
They're gonna
The
go
little
to Area
alien.
51.
Is there like
They're
a
gonna
party?
Google Area
and
51.
storming it. I'm trying to see. Where's the official?
Jeff Bezos pranks him and moves the dot.
Well, there's a 10-room hotel in that town.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be booked.
In the Alien Center?
Better
Yeah,
call
it's
now.
called the Little Alien.
So
Also-
that
adorable.
town's not ready. They're also saying that town's not ready. It's
And-
going to get bombarded.
Well, yeah,
While
it
Tanya
goes,
looks
it
it up,
goes from
I
a
do
town
remember-
of 51 to 1.5 billion.
it's not that many people are going to show up. How many people do you really think are going to show up?
I've read
I
all
remember-
about that, though.
Driving from Idaho to Las Vegas, and there's this really deserted kind of highway. I think it's 90 or 93. And one thing I remember very specifically is driving down and seeing a sign that said "Alien Fresh Jerky."
Yeah. And you can go left or right.
I didn't get any, but I should have.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
like near Ely.
So if you want some, everybody,
So
Highway 93.
there are people actually showing up. In fact, we almost had a guest tonight who's going. He just, I think
Disappeared?
He got nervous. He's really going. He's been writing on Facebook and Instagram saying, "I'm going to this thing. Let's
Is this
go."
your son?
No. My son said no. He marked that he was going, and when I said, "Hey, are you going?" he said, "Wait, that's a joke, right?" And this was like a month and a half ago. He thought it was just a joke. So yeah,
But
he was.
Yeah,
Sorry.
He almost came. He got too embarrassed. Bill Doty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of us that don't know, and I'm kind of one of them, I'm just jumping in. What is this exactly?
Area 51 or the whole thing that's
I mean,
happening?
I know what that is, but what is this event
It
that people
says-
are
Oh, yeah.
saying they're
All
going or
these
interested
people
in?
are going to storm Area 51 on September 20th at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're all going to do it a Naruto run.
So there's a Facebook group that's called "Shit Posting Because I'm." What's it called? Because I'm in shambles. Shit posting because I'm in shambles. It's this guy. He looks like, I saw an interview with him. He looks like he should be working like in a Hot Topic in the mall. He kind of is a little emo, and he just posted this thing like, "Hey, we should storm it. They can't stop us all." And like 500 people liked it, and then somehow it got caught in social media, mainstream, and just blew up. And then next thing you know, 500,000 people are going. So at this point, 500,000, the media steps in and they go, look at this. And then from there it grew, and now it's approaching 2 million people.
Do they have a plan? Is there like show up here at this time?
Yeah.
There is. I can't find it. Maybe someone else can find it. But they're meeting at a certain area at a certain time. And then
Area 52?
Near this rock.
They're
That makes
meeting
sense.
at some like in front of like a hotel or a shop.
Yeah,
or
I just
something
said the little
somewhere.
alien.
Yeah, the little alien.
Yeah, you'll see the group of
And they're
1.5
going
million
to
people.
Naruto Run, which is a Japanese anime character that runs with his arms straight backwards behind him and leaning forward. So when he runs, because if they run the Naruto Run, they'll
faster?
be faster than the bullets.
Coming
And
at
there's
them
so many videos
in the opposite direction.
There's so many videos of people practicing that run. It's so much fun
Oh, really?
to watch. Yeah, people
I'm
are trying
gonna
to do
watch
Are
it.
any of them eating shit because you're running face first with your hands behind you? Because I'm thinking, like, if I'm running into a bullet, catching it with my head is probably the first thing I want to do.
Well, I like how the Air Force says any attempt to illegally access the area is highly discouraged.
Highly discouraged. Yeah, I
They-
know. They said that.
They have publicly said they've been training for this event. The Air Force has been preparing for this event.
Well, and it clearly states on signs that use of lethal force is going to happen.
Well, I think it'd just be funny if they just emptied out the whole facility and then just let them all come in.
And they found nothing.
They just found nothing. They're like, oh, well, shit. Right? I think that'd be hilarious.
Well,
So-
I mean, like that. It's gonna be there. If we're all still talking about it, this is like when
Well,
we
we
tell
already know
anybody
that it's there.
we're coming in 2 months. Make sure it's all still there, please.
Well, there's no fence around it.
What?
There's no fence around Area 51.
Totally
But
pictured like
they-
a big chain link.
No,
fence.
there's nothing.
There's just like
No, there's
a
just
gated
miles and
area.
miles
Just
of
like a sign
uninhabited
that
There's
says,
desert.
like signs
Now
that just
entering.
say, "Don't go here."
And
There are no aliens here.
a
Don't
lot of
bother.
it was because, yeah, they were saying like, oh, there's nothing here. Why, if we put a fence up, we're admitting that that there's something here, so they
Reverse
didn't put
psychology.
one. But the CIA didn't acknowledge Area 51 until
Like 2016, like just 3 years
just
ago.
recently.
Yeah,
They said, okay,
it
it's there.
actually exists. Right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I had a high school teacher whose wife worked for Area 51, but all he ever said
Whoa.
was, "That's all I know." She worked there.
Was she like a janitor? Or?
Didn't know. Probably didn't know what she
I clean
did.
alien.
I would still say
clean
that.
Maybe she
alien
wasn't
toilets.
even real. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. If I just served aliens coffee, I'd be like, I work at Area 51.
I've got number
No,
one
no,
and
no.
number two clearance.
That was brilliant.
Thank you. All I wanted to add to this is you were talking about if anybody had a plan, and I had read that, like Bill was talking about, the guy who came up with this thing came out and talked to the local news there in Nevada and said like he only put this on there as a joke, and then it blew up. And then he was on the news and talking to him, kind of nervous because he was like, I don't want the FBI showing up to my house. And I was really just like, we probably shouldn't do this. It's not a good idea, but here it is.
I
But
think he's come out and
there's
said
a
that.
website now.
Oh, there is?
There is a stormarea51.us website where you can buy T-shirts that say "I'm going" and has the little Naruto guy running with his arms behind him.
I
And
feel like
there
there
it
should
is.
be like an alien spaceship behind him.
Oh my God! There's an official song.
We need to
Oh.
hear this. But does this remind anyone else of that Kickstarter campaign where the dude was making potato salad?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No,
he was
seriously,
like,
this is
I'm
just a
gonna
money
make potato
thing.
salad, and if
Oh.
you donate money, if you donate this much, I'll make this much potato salad. And he raised like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That's like that Beyonce
And
song
then-
about lemonade.
I guess had to make potato salad for a whole town or something. I don't know. But like that thing where he was like, I didn't realize it would go this far.
Wow.
But here's your T-shirt.
Wow.
Right. I don't know if this is started by the same guy. And here's the thing: are people just capitalizing on this? When I was reading about the people who are in the little towns, I mean, they're just stockpiling all the shirts and shit they can come up with. They're just smiling about all of this economic boom coming into their city. They're worried about infrastructure, but they're going to sell you everything they
Well,
can.
Rachel, Nevada has 54 people in it.
Right.
54.
They
So-
probably all own hotels.
Well, here's the thing. If even 10% of these 1.5 million people go, right, there's just no way that town's going to be able to deal with that type of mass people coming in
I'll
at
let you
once.
tent it in my 50 acres
That's
for
what they're
150 a
saying.
night.
There's no way these towns can handle it. You know, it's funny. It's going to be like Burning Man, but with stupid people.
Well, and that's exactly what they were kind of saying, that it's probably going to turn into like just some festival, because they're already getting Rachel, Nevada's getting inundated with calls from like bands who want to play and all sorts of sponsored tents and all sorts of shit like that.
And it's funny now. I think people just want to go because they want to see who's going to go.
It's really not that far.
No
away.
one's gonna. No one. I can't see anyone rushing it.
Let's go.
Except again, like
There-
then you
you
talk
know
about
there's
Burning Man.
people that
Every
are-
other year, there's that one guy that gets too high and jumps into the Burning Man at the
The Randy
very end.
Quaid of the bunch.
And there'll be that guy.
So go ahead and tell us what you found.
So I found a Kickstarter campaign for Rave Area 51. They wanted to raise, ready?
Rave it.
$10 million.
$10
Guess how many
million
pledges they got?
100,000.
One.
Hey, for how
For
much?
$1.
Oh,
So it's since been canceled.
that's like Trump's the guy that was raising the money for Trump's wall. But he raised. I don't even know how much he raised, and then he didn't make it all the way, but he got the money. Like he got the money for it. He raised like he was trying to raise like $2 billion, and he got like $500,000.
Well, here's another
and
one.
they go cool, and he just thanks.
Rave Area 51, they can't stop us all.
Yeah.
They only wanted $3 million, and they had 2 backers for a total of $11.
Hey, if you just keep doing Kickstarters,
One
that
at a time.
$11 adds
Eventually.
up.
It does.
We'll get millions of dollars.
Maybe that's why they're waiting till September.
Oh, maybe.
You know, here's another thing: is Clinton, Texas, is actually where the new Area 51 is supposed to be, at that ice facility.
What?
So they say that everything already got moved. It's the interstellar.
Of course they did.
The interstellar.
It's now at Area 51.5.
Cosmic enclosure. They say that there's nothing there anymore.
Then
At-
why do
at-
they care? Just let them all show up.
See what happens.
You got to keep up appearances.
If I was the government, I would just be like, listen, we will just let you all in. We'll charge you $1.
Ooh.
Right?
No,
And then-
you charge like $300.
Well, whatever.
Or even $10. I mean, that's a lot of money you're going to make
Yeah.
if all these people show up.
And then when they go in there, there's just this big hole. Like, there's a dark room that you walk into that's just a really deep hole. And people just give you the money, and then they fall down
just
to
keep
their
falling
death.
down to
What
this
they
pit.
they should do what they did like at Fire Festival, and then just make it a really shitty destination.
Put
Like,
him out there on an island.
like you get like a
Yeah.
bed, but
Oh,
then
there
it's
you
like
go.
it's like a towel on the ground or something.
Area 51 Survivor Edition.
Right? It's at Bikini Atoll, I swear to God. Just
Or
go
like
out
an
there.
escape room.
Oh, sweet.
I'd go
Yeah.
if it were an escape room.
Well, it would be if you fall down the hole and you survive. How are you going to escape?
It's a hole. Why is it a hole?
Were you not listening to my idea?
No, everybody was talking, and I
I said
I only listen to my own
if we
ideas.
were going, if I were the government, I would charge everyone $10 to come in, and they would walk into this dark room, and there'd be a giant hole in the ground that was very, very deep.
and then there'll
Then
be
we
a bunch
call
of bones in there.
the
and
Vatican.
Then years later, and then we go
They clear
"Hey,
themselves. It was fine.
there's a bunch of dead people in that hole. Are they the people who are from Area 51? And then the government says, no, these are very ancient. And then end scene.
Can it maybe, though, be a slide into the hole? That's
Oh,
my only
a
request.
slide.
No, because that's how you ensure
Then
survivors.
you could charge like $40.
No, make it like make it switch. Like first, it's one of the fiberglass ones that makes you all staticky.
So
and
when
then
you
have
slide
gasoline,
down,
and then get gasoline at the bottom. So
you just really like Burning Man.
I don't know.
And the fire festival.
And the Fire Festival, yeah, that all
I
makes
feel
sense.
like we could be rich. Which we should do a Kickstarter for this.
I was going to ask
You're
you
gonna
guys.
get at
I mean,
least
like,
$11.
I would open up my schedule in September if we got sponsored to go to this.
I would go.
If anybody wants to send in, like, the $2 a piece that everybody else was getting, I mean, like,
Or
it'd
like
take
a-
a
Hey, you know,
A corporate sponsor like Firestone.
No, we would go.
Yeah,
Ooh, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
I'm very content.
Like, alternate
I'm very content to
dimension
go.
beer.
I'd go,
Let's go.
but first of all,
I would go, but, I don't want to look
you know what the
stupid.
traffic's going to be like? So let's just talk about it real quick. Going back to Burning Man. I've gone to Burning Man. It takes you almost a whole day to drive the 5 miles from the freeway.
We should buy horses.
We should get a flying saucer.
Do we
is what
have
we
one?
should get.
That's
I
brilliant.
don't.
Can you beam me up, Scotty?
Honestly,
We should fly in though.
we could make a lot
Oh,
of really
if I
shitty
get a
T-shirts and sit off the highway and sell them while people are just
If I
slowly
get a
going
horse,
by.
his name will be Scotty.
Do you want to make money?
No, I don't.
Get a plane and say, listen, we're going to fly you above Area 51 and drop you in
And we
with
can
parachutes.
make the
I don't think you
parachutes.
can fly over Area 51.
The
You float just
parachutes-
to the side of it and tell people just to, and then
The parachutes need
Pull
to be
the
shaped
emergency
like
slide.
flying
Yeah.
saucers.
Flying saucers.
so you tell people. Yeah, you just say. By the way, this is alien technology. You won't hit the ground. You'll just, and then people could just jump
Just
out of the
jump,
plane.
it's safe.
But if you go just on the outskirts of it, and then tell people just to glide in, that's what you do. Want to get to the front of the line of storming? Here you go.
Or segways.
Right.
Segways would be good too.
Yeah, why don't we just like get a
Oh my
stampede
god!
Segway?
Do you really want to? You want to like two birds and one stone? Give everybody one of those stupid scooters that are all around town,
Oh yeah.
and tell them to ride that in, so that the
those are actually-
scooter
All the
gets
way
shot
out.
too.
All the
might
way from
actually have
here.
a decent
Yeah.
chance.
Actually, they're taking the miles per hour from 15 down to 5,
In certain spots,
in
right?
highly trafficked areas, not everywhere.
like Area 51.
But how much?
51 full traffic jam.
How much would it cost, do you think, to ride from Boise, Idaho to Area 51, Nevada
On a scooter.
on a scooter?
Well,
Just
if
best
it's the ones with no motor, it'd be free.
Yeah, but you have to charge that shit up sometimes. It's not like solar. Unless
a
you're wearing a
battery.
big solar backpack.
Put a battery on your
you know.
back. Have a big battery on it.
Hack it.
I don't know. We saw somebody almost got hit by a car.
Oh man.
He was being stupid and jumping around on it.
Oh,
and
good.
there was like a construction area, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump this thing," and then it hit
Like a
one of the
wheelie?
it hit one of the road signs, and the scooter stopped, but he kept going.
He had to like run out in the middle of the road to
And
stop.
there was a van coming towards him, but thankfully they were already slowing down.
I
Yeah.
still feel like we need a really good predator.
I think it's
the
I think
human
it's the
race.
scooter because just the other day somebody
paid for it.
they had an ambulance had
Oh,
to take
yeah,
somebody
that was
away
like
outside my window because somebody crashed and there was a huge. They were covering up the blood when they left, but he was there for a while. And my favorite part, he was taking pictures of himself or doing
He was
selfies or
taking
something.
Selfies as he was
Like lying on the ground.
No, as they were being put in the
putting him
ambulance.
In the ambulance.
This is what's wrong. If he would have ran like Naruto, he
Yeah.
wouldn't have had that problem.
Can you
That's
scooter
true.
like Naruto?
Oh, of course.
Really? You don't hold on to the handlebars?
You
just-
drive with your face.
Yeah! Head bottom.
All right, so what's going to happen?
We're gonna go and sell
Are people?
t-shirts.
No. What's going to happen to the people that go and try?
You know what's gonna
Do you
happen?
think people are really going to try and rush
I read this. The locals in Rachel, Nevada are pretty sure that they're just going to close down like the one highway that leads there, and you're not even going to be able to go through town.
Wait, I have an idea. Why don't we go like 2
Because
weeks
ATVs
early
don't exist.
and
Oh.
we camp out?
Okay,
I mean, like, I guess so. You're
I'm
going to
game.
overrun. What's that?
we're going to go 2 weeks early and just camp out.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, why don't we? You know what? We'll rush it the day before the 19th. They won't see. They won't expect us.
Oh,
They're like, oh, they're started early. It's like when trick or treaters
4 in the
come.
afternoon.
When trick or treaters come a day early because like, it's
They don't want
it's
to
a
trick or treat
Saturday
on a
and
Monday.
trick or treat. Yeah, exactly. So up a day early, like I'm not prepared for this. And then you run around frantically and you give them like a pen
Is that
and
a
some
real
nail
thing? Has that
clippers and some
happened?
gum. Yeah.
In the
There's a whole
movies.
petition to change the day of freaking Halloween.
How can you know?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm actually mixed.
So
I'm
that it's, like,
100%
always on a
mixed on that.
weekend?
What are you talking about? 100% mixed. What the hell's wrong with you? How could you change Halloween?
No, because
You
you,
can't
know,
change
with
Halloween.
kids,
It's like
like
changing the 4th of July.
this year Halloween's on a Wednesday.
So,
So
fucking
make it a
pussies
Friday
can
so
stay
our
up.
kids can go trick or treating.
I don't
As
know,
an
mean the
adult-
kids, like the adults can stay up. My kids are up forever.
No,
The
you
adults are
understand.
going to bed at 9.
As an adult, I like to dress up.
Well,
I
okay,
like
here's
to-
the thing.
and have,
you can
uh,
have
parties.
Halloween parties on the weekend. You can't
I
change
don't
the
know.
date.
You don't think that when we were young and going house
you.
to house, all the parents were drunk in the background in their costumes? Like, here, kid, have some candy.
That's like telling Jesus his birthday can't be on Christmas.
Well, if Jesus existed, we'd have that conversation. but that's someone to have
That's
for
what I'm
another.
trying to say. That's what I'm
Ho-
trying to
and
say.
and Bob Halloween did exist, and his birthday was
Bob
October
Halloween?
31st.
October
Is
31st.
that like Bob Ross? Does he have an afro? I imagine Bob Halloween with an afro.
It looks like a giant pumpkin.
He does.
With an afro?
No, Tom. I want to make Area 51 T-shirts,
We can.
and we should go.
I know some designers
Cool.
in
I
this
think
room.
you should make the T-shirts that say, "I didn't go to Area 51, but I wish someone had brought me this T-shirt."
By the way, I should say that the four of us have
Nope.
a group chat that we send stuff to each other to. And generally, we talk about the podcast. And I sent a really funny image, and it showed a guy reading a book, and it says "How to Get Shot in the Face," and then it shows the other side. He's reading the book, and it says "Storm Area 51."
Yeah.
Oh, I said how to get shot in the fucking face, and nobody here even gave me an LOL, and that really hurt.
LOL.
That was funny. Thank you, Liberty.
You're welcome.
No, you guys didn't.
Does
Nobody
that
reacted.
count? Can
to
you
that.
say LOL out loud when you're not laughing out loud?
That she LOL
I
LOL.
just did.
Lolo.
LOL.
She
I'm gonna go back to make
LOL.
sure that
I met her in a swamp down in Old Soho, low load.
I don't know.
Hey, I LOL'd the poo thing that you did.
That was pretty funny. We'll have to maybe talk about
I mean,
that
it's
later.
subjective, I guess.
And by poo, we're saying Winnie the Pooh and not me actually going poo, sending you a picture about it.
Texting!
Oh, look at this one. Guess what I ate? All
LOL.
right. Lol.
I
right.
responded 3 days later.
You know this.
Well, my
Do you
feelings
have-
were really just broken by then. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
all right. So
back
let's
to the Area 51.
let's get
thing.
back to Area 51.
The whole, do you know this whole thing started when, like, that kid who was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast when he was doing Bob Lazar. He did Bob Lazar and Joe Rogan, and that's why this kid got all
Oh, is that why?
hyped up about Area
Bob
51.
Lazar. The more I think about that guy, I think he's full of crap.
But Joe Rogan believes
I'm going to
him,
go
I
on one
think.
reason why I think about the biggest reason why I think Bob Lazar is full of crap, because there's no proof on paper. If you call the like MIT and you go, "Hey, what's up? Did Bob Lazar go there?" and they go, "No, we've never heard of him." There's people I can. If my school tried to convince you I never went there and ripped all my papers up, I could find 50 people that proved I went there. I can find pictures of me. I can find whatever. I can find somebody to sit there and say, "Hey, listen." But this guy, I think he's full of crap. I think Bob Lazar is full of crap. I don't think anything happened there.
What do you think?
I don't know.
You know Bob Lazar?
Yeah,
Oh my God,
haven't
Ryan
watched
has
the
no
the
opinion
next
on something.
Netflix show.
No, I mean, I don't know. Anybody can come out and say afterwards that they did something and make up a whole story about it.
Vatican.
It's like usually, and that stuff usually comes back to haunt you anyway. It's really funny. I really like that show, The League, but I can't remember the actor's name that told everybody forever that he was in the building when 9/11. He was in one of the towers, and for years he went on like all sorts of talk shows and talked about that. And in the end, it turned out he was a liar, and I don't think he's acted since.
Isn't there a documentary about that?
There was a woman, like
Oh,
the
yeah, a
most
woman.
hated woman in the world, or
Yes,
something like that.
yes.
And yeah, that's Have you not seen that documentary?
Was it about Hillary Clinton? So
No, it's about a woman who said that she forever said that her husband. No, what she
She
said is
was
she was
in.
engaged. She said she was in the building, and she got out, and her arm almost fell off.
What?
And then she
Probably.
said her fiance died, and she became then a huge advocate and then a bully towards. And spoiler alert, she was never in the building, and she was never engaged to that guy.
Did she have an arm?
She did, but she actually almost lost her arm in an accident, and they had to sew it back on. Like apparently, it was like dangling on by like a tendon.
Like, she lost her arm, and then as a result, her husband died? I'm lost.
That's because you were eating during that whole conversation,
I was combing my hair.
And combing your hair.
and really far back from the microphone.
So here's what I know about Bob Lazar. He's the one that said that he reverse engineered all the alien technology, right?
Right.
He
Work on it.
he said that that's a thing that they had done, but also he's the one that brought Area 51 to the Pulpa guy.
Yeah. He's why it's so famous right now. Since like '89, he came out and said, I was there, and then now, since it's unsubstantiated but talked about, it's famous.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Did he work there? How did he know about it?
That's the idea. So he said that he had like a career in nuclear physics and aeronautics and things like that.
Aliens.
And then, yeah. And then he got, somebody got a hold of him. Actually, I have a little video. We can put it on there. But he said that was gotten a hold of and approached and went to go work there. And they said it was just secretive and out in the middle of the desert.
Was he at Langley first or something like that?
I think he
and
was.
still both locations claim he was never there. And there's no proof that the only school that they can ever prove that he ever went to was a community college.
So those T-shirts, I had a brilliant idea. We should put the sleeves on the back,
Oh, that's it.
right?
brilliant. I would buy one
See,
and invest in your business.
yeah, you'd have to.
I wonder how many people would buy one before they put it on and they're like, shit,
Well, that's to make them faster.
Wait, do you do different sizes?
guaranteed to raise
yeah.
their speed.
Guaranteed to make you more aerodynamic.
Yeah. Force Naruto runs.
And like they should have a hard to see glow in the dark target on the chest. So at night, They glow, and everyone knows where to shoot.
But it's hard to
That's
see.
true.
Well,
They,
not
they
at night
don't
when it's
know.
glowing.
Oh, okay.
That's actually really clever. They don't tell you it's glowing. There's just a big bullseye on it. They're like, well, that was unexpected.
I paid $25 for my death.
So I think my prediction, I think someone's going to do it. I think someone's actually going to rush it. I know people will show up.
Well, we're going to show up.
Are you going to rush it?
No.
I don't
Yeah.
run.
We're just going to have a podcast while we're there.
Yeah, we should. I had.
I'll sell their "I Survived Area 51" T-shirts.
Somebody has to actually.
They already have them
There you go.
on the Storm Area 51.
I like how they have that when no one survived it.
you go? Right.
Well, they
You know
have-
what I would do? I'd
they
have
I
bullet
sur-
holes in it.
They have I survived.
Actually, I'd
Area
have alien
51.
blasts in it. I would laser blasts.
Saw them aliens.
Saw them
I
aliens.
was born on the wrong planet. I clap alien cheeks.
What?
Are you serious?
What does that mean?
Hashtag Storm Area 51.
Look, I spent a lot of money on that Area 51 arcade game, so I feel like I'm ready. And just blast the shit out of some
Oh,
aliens.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
me
should
too.
all.
Someone's going to do it. I feel that some a-hole is going to say screw it and run it. And I think he's going to. I don't think he's going to get shot. I'll be surprised if anybody gets shot. I will.
Oh, I would just take beanbag guns and
I-
just shoot the shit.
So who
out
are
of
you
all-
imagining? 'Cause-
Don't. I would not be surprised if they use lethal force.
Oh yeah.
And somebody slaps alien cheeks. I don't even know what that means.
Somebody's gonna
Tom,
love
show us what that is.
slapping aliens.
Yeah,
well,
show us
Ryan's
what
gonna
that
have
is.
to stand up.
I don't stand up.
He does have the most alien ass in this whole place.
Yeah, it looks foreign.
It's otherworldly.
Only because we could see
Because
Uranus.
it has two moons, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I just was.
Sorry, I didn't want to take the easy one, but
You
Oh, well.
usually do.
when you moon everyone, see, and then that one I tried a little harder for.
That one wasn't as good as the first one.
I don't
Try
know.
it last.
I'm trying. It's the alternate dimension beer.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a dimension where I'm funny.
Get your hands off those rockets,
I've-
Ryan.
All right, any,
Cheesy
any
rockets,
predictions?
Rocket crackers.
I don't think we. I don't know.
I think those
We
T-shirts
got any
would
predictions?
sell.
That's a good prediction.
Well, we have 2 months, less than 2 months.
Let's do it.
I see people like Randy Quaid and Gary Busey in my mind. These are
Oh,
the people who are
man.
running forward
Well, as crazy as
Definitely.
Randy Quaid is right now, I can see that.
I love Gary Busey.
all the time. Crazy.
He's so funny.
And then the one guy who just wants to be validated.
And what do we think about like Tom Cruise or? I mean, those
No.
You mean like all the sign?
He's a
tall
poser.
Yeah.
people?
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise isn't actually going to do anything like that.
I would like Will Smith just to run through there and then just punch somebody and go, "Welcome to Earth."
I got to get me one of these.
That's
Yeah,
just
he's
the
already
one.
in Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
So he
And
knows
then-
what to do.
But he punches
Yeah.
an alien. He punches.
So we should all
He
watch
punched an alien,
Independence Day.
and then
You
that was
mean
it.
Like a Martian.
And then he just dragged it.
Yes, a Martian American.
That being
I
said-
hate
Let's
that
be-
scene so
let's
much.
be
I can't.
politically correct.
I have
I'd be
so
more
much anger
comfortable with
for that scene.
Bill Pullman
Martian
being the
American.
president for that than Donald
That was
Trump
good.
right now.
Yeah.
President Bill Pullman.
Interesting.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I think we talked this one to death. I don't know.
So what do you think is going to happen?
I think someone will storm it.
Like one person?
I think like 3 people. I think 3 idiots are going to storm.
And the
storm.
rest of them
Here's
are
my
gonna be
prediction.
feeling like-
Here's my prediction. I think about 25,000 people are going to show up. This is the way I feel. A third of that will be media. It'll be media. It'll be filmmakers. It'll be people that are trying to document this whole thing. It'll be vendors. A lot of that will be vendors
Lots of
trying to sell
vendors.
stuff. Maybe it'll be a couple of really bad bands. But a portion of that will be people who are there to see what happens. And then it'll get boring. People get stupid. They'll start drinking.
And then
By
someone
the way, this is how,
will
this is
remember
how
why
people get
they're here.
elected.
Well,
they
like-
get bored drinking. They're just being stupid. And then somebody will go like, let's do this, chump. Leroy Jenkins, and just like storm in. Like he went in. And then from there,
It's like a Rob Roy moment.
Yeah.
and then from there, they'll like this white vehicle pull up, and 2 guys will get out in camouflage coats and go, "Hey guys, stop!" And then they'll just put them in a van and drive off.
You think that's all that's going to happen?
I think that is all that'll happen. I
Like
think
a Monty
it'll get
Python thing? Like this
It'll
movie's
be-
over right now?
so.
I feel like if some people dressed, like showed up in MIB uniforms, that they would immediately get stormed. They would get their ass beat.
How
I don't
many
know.
people will dress up as aliens?
I have an alien mask in hand, so I could bring
So
it.
now we have to go. Also, how many people are going to show up at Area 52?
I really want David Duchovny to be there.
Ah, that was a wrong
Right?
address.
Because the truth is out
Google
there.
Maps.
Hey, we just need a bunch of old men to smoke and just like tell people not to go there.
Right? The cigarette man is there. That's how you know it's real.
Actually, if you do want to make it entertaining, you should convince people to go. Like, listen, hey, go. They're not going
want
to do anything.
That's what we're doing.
yeah.
You
what the
could
hell?
just do
buy our
like,
t-shirts.
you could do like the Braveheart thing, and you just start taking your scooter in front of everybody back and forth.
Oh.
You may take our aliens, but you'll never take.
Our freedom.
Yeah.
That's right. Our mochiatos. Because we need those.
I think a lot of the drinkers there are like
I feel like
Mountain Dew
Milky Way
drinkers.
should really get on this. Like the candy bar company.
Oh, that's right. Wait, hey, yeah, you brought.
Speaking
hold on,
of.
you brought. Yeah,
we
you
have all
brought
this stuff.
desserts. Let's talk about the desserts you brought.
You know, it's great.
So
Pretty amazing.
over here by me, I have a whole little pile of things
Orbit gum.
that Ryan and Tom brought. So we have a little 6-pack of Milky Ways.
I want some of those. Thanks. Oh, you got thrown.
We have a package of 60 pieces of Eclipse gum.
That's not
Oh,
enough.
Eclipse. I thought it was Orbit.
Oh, Orbit would be good too.
Eclipse.
I might have some in my purse.
Orbit.
I thought it was Orbit. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And
I
then
assumed.
I can't wait to dig into one of these, but there is a box of moon pies.
You've had moon pies, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because the last time I had one was like 22 years ago.
I prefer the banana ones.
They didn't have any. So I called the store that I got those and I go, do you have moon pies? And she's like, no, we have the chocolate ones. And I go, oh, okay.
So,
So-
yes.
Yes, that's a yes.
So, no.
That's a yes.
I didn't know there were banana moon pies.
I feel like
If
that's
anybody-
like the original ones.
If anybody out there has a lead on banana moon pies,
We need to get a Kickstarter so we can raise $11 to go to the dollar store and buy 11 boxes of moon pies.
So Tanya, so far I've thrown.
Taxes, it'd only be
I've thrown a Milky Way at everyone in this room but you, and no one has caught it. So you could be the first.
you
catch.
didn't
Be
catch it
operator
either.
failure.
She threw the whole bag at you.
She threw it at me sideways. I'm throwing individual Milky Ways at everybody. You missed. Tom missed. Liberty missed. Here we go.
Listen.
Really
Tanya.
looking.
You missed.
I didn't throw that. And now there's a. Thank you,
Whoa.
Tanya. Yay!
She did
Nice
it.
job,
Though, I
Tanya.
have
The
to
only
say,
person to catch one.
For the record, if this were a baseball game, that would have been a walk or a ball. To me, just saying. Okay. Hi, love you.
You know, Bill, what I didn't catch?
That was a good throw, though.
How many?
The Milky Way.
Right, that.
Right, I'm just not a good catcher.
How many people are out of the people that are coming to Area 51 are actually wanting to go and see aliens? Because you said like a third of them are going to be media, and like half of them are just there just to see what goes on. How many people are actually there that want to go and storm?
51.
Is it
I think
51 people?
That's a perfect answer.
Or
51.
11.
I think everyone.
11.
Okay, here's the thing: is so you show up. 500,000 people show up. Okay, 500,000 people show up to this thing, and they all start storming. Do you watch, or do you go?
I have
Kind of a-
another really good idea.
I twisted my ankle yesterday,
By the way,
guys. It
when
really
I was a
hurt.
kid, I swear moon pies were like twice this size.
They were.
These are
Why
the
is it
little-
so
oh,
tiny?
They're minis.
I just looked at it, but okay.
Oh, it's minis.
So at least it says it on the box. Probably still the same price.
Oh, yeah,
The
exactly.
whole box was $1.
Like those Z bars.
Oh,
That's right. Like the Z
I
bars
remember that.
for
a
kids.
dollar.
That was a really dark episode.
Okay, so anyway, here we go.
All
So why
episodes
don't
are
we
dark.
just like dress up and offer people tickets to get in line?
Can we dress up as moon pies?
Well, no, I mean like make it look official, right? And
These are a
then-
lot drier than I remember too.
Are they?
Here's a good question. If you dressed up as Han Solo and Chewbacca or Harry Potter, do you think you'd get more people to escort like to the front? How many people do you think you'd get to pay you?
Why is that a question?
Because the people who are going, I think, are that kind of quality.
You think that Harry Potter belongs in Area 51?
No, I just think that there'd be the same kind of people there.
No, I don't know.
I mean,
What
like they
about
like
Will
Harry
Smith?
Potter, they want to go to Area 51. I mean, like I'm pretty sure that nobody going to this out of that 1.9 million people has got to be over 35.
I don't know. We'll have to
35
look
years
at
in age?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think you're wrong.
You think so?
The folklore of Area 51 has been going on
No,
for
I
so
get
long.
that, but most people that
But do
age
those
would have
people
already
see the
stormed it at
internet?
one point or another.
They've already done that. Been there, done that.
Wait.
Are you saying like people over 35 shop at Hot Topic? I don't understand.
No, what I'm saying is that people over 35 are probably smart enough, although that the lore of Area 51 has been around long enough for them to bought into it. They probably aren't going to be the ones who are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to drive halfway across the country and then run with a bunch of astards.
They're the ones that can finance it. They're the ones that can
True.
afford to take a vacation.
No, you know who's financing this? Warren Buffett, because everybody's making fucking money off of this thing, man. This is gonna turn into like a yearly fire festival, like you said.
And with that, I think we're gonna
Let's talk about fire signs.
let's
Hey, wait, there was a song, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's hear the
We
theme
gotta
song.
hear the official song.
I can't. Is it the official? Can you call it the official?
If the guy who created the page did it.
The
It's like if
official
I
of
call
this
myself a
page.
demonologist, the same thing.
I think
Yeah,
if you
it is.
copyright that, then you can.
What's the website called again?
Stormarea51.us.
So they made it a government
So
page.
somebody already took. So somebody took the net.com .edu.
Or
.edu, stormarea51.edu.
That would be really cool
Dot biz.
if you went to that webpage and it was like one of those instructable books.
All I know is the Area 51 Wikipedia is about to blow up, right?
Interesting.
All right, here we go. Tanya's going to play the song.
Area 51, they can't stop us.
it's good quality.
It's a mix.
I didn't want anybody to actually get hurt with this. It was just, it started out as just from a pure stroke of imagination. It's just it makes me funny. I want to do something cool out there now that we have a bunch of people, but I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Over 1 million people interested in finding out what mysteries lie inside the base.
It's got a good beat. I could dance to it.
I know what's in there. I think a lot of people are
It's got a good beat. I could dance to it.
It's kind of a beat.
It's a dance
Now,
mix.
the event has close
This
to
is where the
1
rave comes
million
in.
people who say they will attend, and more than 8.9 people.
Okay, I've heard enough. This is terrible.
I like.
It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop.
Naruto run. We can run faster than their bullets.
And
That's all I got.
I stand behind my 35 and over remark.
True.
Yeah, that was terrible. All right. Well, this was a good episode.
Good job.
Was it one? I think it was. I don't know.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
We learn a lot.
We learn more than you're going to learn if you storm Area 51.
True.
I
And
think
we were
gonna keep an eye.
hilarious.
I think we're going to keep an eye on this Vatican thing, though.
Yeah.
I'm very fascinated by this whole Vatican thing.
Yeah, if you work for the Vatican, give us a call.
Hey, by the way, we still haven't heard from Jose Canseco's Bigfoot guy either. So I don't know.
Wait, he knew aliens too, right?
Yeah.
He's somewhere in
Oh,
time.
and he's in
though.
Vegas. He's got to be involved in this somehow. I don't
Yeah.
know. We should research it.
His phone number.
So anyway,
Yeah, we gotta call Morgan.
give us so thanks for listening. Give us a subscribe and a review and a moon pie.
And a sponsorship to get down there. We'll watch all the people be vaporized.
And if you make T-shirts, let us know.
That would be a really cool idea. If you make all the T-shirts look like they've been caught on fire.
We just want a commission.
So Steve, we need a burnt-looking T-shirt with a glow-in-the-dark target, with sleeves on the back, and we would be rich.
It could have
Biz print,
a
this is for
claws
you.
on it. It could have claws like alien attacks and laser blasts and all sorts of stuff. And it says, "I kind of survived Storm Area 51. They
There you
can't
go.
stop us all." Pokemon, gotta catch them all. All right. So with that, anything anybody want to say? Liberty, thanks for coming out. You should be on the next
Yeah.
show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Anyone else
Tell you
got
some
anything to
ghost
say?
stories.
Thanks for the moon pies and the Milky Way bars and this altered dimension beer and what else? The gum that's eclipsed
Rocket.
And the rocket.
and the rocket crackers. Who made those rocket? They're Trader Joe's. So I don't know.
Good
And
job,
with
TJ.
that,
This is not a sponsorship.
I feel like they
rocket
should at least
eaters.
made them a different color than the goldfish, because if you look at this, there's really
They're
not much
cheese, man. Like, what other color would you make?
Maybe
them?
somebody made a really bad
Should be
goldfish,
silver.
and they go, "It looks like a rocket."
different. It looks like a goldfish.
Although, who wants to eat silver food? Just saying.
I'd try it.
Not
Is there-
werewolves.
Is there silver food?
Not werewolves.
I'm not sure.
That was a segue. Let's talk about werewolves. I'm just kidding.
Good episode.
All right, and everybody say goodnight.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.